Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here. So this weekend I completely forgot to make a video of my hammock setup. I just had such a great time and I stayed busy doing things that this phone was the last thing on my mind. So I want to take some time and I'll just set it up here at the house. I just got back. I am tired, I'm cranky, I'm stinky, all the things after a camp trip, but I need to get it to you. So let's go take a look. So this dry bag is very old, but it is where I keep and this is all of my stuff. And of course the bag failed. There's no Velcro and it had some failures in it. And so I will replace it. But in that bag is a whoopee, an underquilt, a hammock, straps, paracord, a tarp, and some other little things. But I'll show you that all here in just a minute. So here is my setup: bag, tarp, underquilt, not in its stuff sack, my hammock, some cord, and my whoopee. And then that guy there is an equipment rail that I'll show you. So this is my first component. This is my hammock, and in this pouch I also keep a set of hammock straps. And so this is where I'm going to start with, is the straps, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So this is my pre-measured, pre-arranged hammock area right here. So let's get these straps up and go from there. So this part of the strap there's a lot of room to go around before it gets into these segments of loops, and each one of these is a loop where you can hook carabiner or an S-hook or whatever you have. So that's how far that I have. You can see this other one over here. It's a good distance, and I just put them, this is right about where my nose is. The same thing on the other one as far as height. And so I may have to go up, I may have to go down, but we will see that once we get the hammock over here. So my hammock is in its own bag. And so I will just start with a carabiner, and I'll start, I'm gonna start pretty low. Sorry for the camera angle for a second. So I'm gonna start pretty low and then stretch out my hammock. And head over here to my other strap with my other carabiner. Just like this. And it's right there. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so give me a moment. So there we go. I got it pretty tight. I mean, way too tight. And this is right at my chest, but I have lots of room over here to change things. And so we can adjust it from that to make it hang where we want it. So we're taking a little bit of a break. On this end, it's about right. But on this end, it's a little high. So I'm gonna lower that down. But I thought I would take a minute to, to test it. Purely scientific. So that is about where I like it. And my strap, I'll adjust them a little bit. to get them a little further there. I moved from that tree to that tree, just because I could get a little bit better angle. And you can see that that side's a little higher, so I'm probably gonna fix that. I say probably, let's fix that, and then we'll move into the next piece of equipment, which will be a guy line across there, or an equipment thing, depends on what I decide. So that little bag has this equipment strap, which I'm gonna put up above this hammock, probably a little off to the side actually, just because of tree locations. So let's take a look. So here it is, attached to the tree. There's some carabiners, and it wasn't quite long enough, so I put just with a cinch knot and some paracord-like cord across there, and this will allow me to hang my little flashlight, or the bag, actually, the bag that it came in, and that will hold my phone and my glasses when I go to sleep, and anything that nice and little that I want to put in there, and be right above me, or in this case, you can see that it's a little off center, but it's right above me. It'll still be beneath my tarp, which I don't know that I'm going to tarp it at the moment, but we'll talk about it. So that'll let me do those things. So you can see I put it in front of my hair, to the side of my hammock. It's got, let's get this. It's got two of these main rod cords that they're intended to keep it up. And then it's got these guys here on both sides that are intended to keep it up, you know, from sliding like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you. Like that. And so let me get somebody in that. So at least stick your hand out and wave so everyone knows there's a body in there. So that is my beautiful daughter. So she got in there so I could show you how it looks. And of course, you can adjust it this left or right, up or down. And then here in the middle, it has these ties that once they get situated, these two guys right there, you can either tighten the upper shock cord to make it pull up like that. Or what I like to do is take one of these little carabiners here, and once I'm situated, I like to clip those together so it makes a little burrito of nice, warm, and comfortable. The downside is am I going to be able to get you out of the hammock now? She's not saying a word. Anyway, so that is it. That is my basic hammock setup. The only difference I would do sometimes is I put a tarp over it, and I just run a guy line from there straight across to the other knot, and then loop a tarp over it. But because of the distance...
Bug flew in my eye.
Oh, a bug flew in your eye? Because of the distance here to the trees, makes it a little difficult. So I'm not going to do that today. But you can see our equipment line, our underquilt, our hammock with someone in it to show you how that works. So after kicking her out and deciding it was a little warm for the underquilt, I thought I would just pop in here and finish this up by saying that even with the problems that I have with my neck and back, this double hammock works for me. It may not work for you, but notice I don't sit in it this way. I mean, this is, you know, I'm at a 45, well, almost. I'm actually not quite, because I'm got my foot on a tree, but if I'm laying, this is how I lay. I lay across it, and I am very flat. And then this acts as a pillow, and when I don't want it, I drop my head flat. And I mean, it's just it is just very comfortable for me. And like I say, normally if I need to, I put a tarp above it, which is very easy. It's just a triangle tarp. Yeah, the house. Just a triangle tarp that can protect me from the sun or the rain or weather. Temperature, it does really good in temperature because I drop the sides down really tight. And just lots of capabilities, all in the way under the size. Even my full camping thing is way under the size of most people's sleeping bag. You know, and of course I can put a big sleeping pad in here, or I can put whatever I want in here. And this is just, well, this is not cheap. This was a gift from Bobo, and it's a pretty hefty investment. But all the rest of my stuff is less than $100 bill, or right around $100 bill. So you can do it too. Hammock camping is so enjoyable to me. And like, I promise, the rest of my day is right here. So thank you for the excuse to spend a couple more hours this weekend in my hammock, because it was wonderful, and it's fixing to be wonderful again. Let's get ready.